Hello everyone, welcome to Teli Society's YG Kulgude College of Education Athani, and this is your friend Chetan Gasti, and today we will discuss about project method in teaching, guidance by Dr. Srimati Nirmala C. Patil, Professor of Biological Science Education at Teli Society's YG Kulgude College of Education Athani. Contents: Introduction of project method, definition of project method, principles underlying project method, essential steps of project method, criteria of good project, merits of project method, and demerits of project method. Introduction. Project method of teaching was first propounded by John Dewey, an American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer. The basic idea of this method is that pupil can learn a lot of things with the association of mutual cooperation. This method promotes purposeful activities through a group of pupils, and the pupil will work cooperatively. The pupils will work together by forming a small groups according to their interest and abilities. The main objective of these methods are learning by doing and learning by living together. Definition. Definition of project method according to Kilpatrick. A project is a wholehearted, purposeful activity proceeding in a social environment. Definition of project method according to Ballard. A project is a bit of real life that has been imported into school. Principles underlying project method. The first principle underlying in project method is purposiveness. There must be some objective of the project because the pupils do that with work with more enthusiasm which has definite and clear objectives. The second principle underlying project method is freedom. The pupils are free to select the project. They select the project according to their will and they execute it with the advice of the teacher. The third principle underlying in project method is activity. The project should be activity centered because the knowledge gained if activity is stable and useful. The fourth principle underlying in project method is reality. The project should be real, only then the pupil will be able to complete it in naturally and in real conditions. Fifth principle underlying in project method is utility. The project must process the quality of utility because the pupils do the work more interest which is useful for them. Essential steps of project methods. The following steps are involved in this method. First method of project method is providing a situation. In this step, a situation is provided to the student to think over in choosing some project to work on. They may be confronted with a problem while studying in the classroom, participating in co-curricular activities and going on excursion, etc. It may force them to think about for choosing some project. The second step involved in project method is choosing the project. In this second step, students try to choose a definite and appropriate project keeping in view of the resources in hand and the nature of the problem faced in the first step. They are properly guided by their teachers in this selection task. Then the aims and objectives of choosing a project are properly discussed through a group participation. The third step involved in project method is planning. The project chosen is again discussed in terms of laying down a plan and procedure for the execution of the project. The fourth step involved in the project method is executing the project. In this step, students are engaged in execution of the project in a natural way without involving in any artificially. They plan their roles according to their abilities and capacities with a true social and cooperative spirit. The fifth step involved in project method is evaluation of the project. In this step, the work done on the project is evaluated from time to time. The line of the action and mode of the execution may be modified on the results of the such evaluation. The third step involved in project method is recording. A complete record of the work, their plan, discussion on significant aspects, their achievements, etc. has to be developed by the pupil. At the end, they should record their criticism for their own work and the suggestion for the further work. Criteria of a good project. A good project can be assessed using the following criteria. A project should be purposeful, useful and practically applicable to the daily life of the students with clear, well-defined objectives. The project should be help in providing useful and meaningful learning experience to each member of the group. The project should be within the reach of the students in accordance with their interest and abilities. Projects will be feasible in terms of availability of human and material resources at the time limit. The level of complexity of the project should match the ability level of the students. The learning activities of the project should be purposeful and natural. Now, merits of the project method. First one, psychological method. A project method is based on psychological principle. The innate tendencies, interests and aptitudes of the students are best utilized in this method. Second one, democratic way of learning. Liberty, equality and fraternity are some of the cardinal principles which form the basic of the project method. Right from the selection of the project till its execution, students are provided sufficient freedom for thinking, discussion making and going ahead in their assigned tasks. All of the students cooperate in a common project according to their tastes, temperaments, abilities and capacities. Third one, development of the social virtue. Many virtues essential for good citizenship like self-confidence, tolerance, patience, self-dependence, sense of responsibility, duty boldness, resourcefulness, mutual love and cooperation, etc. Fourth one, practical method. This method of the maxims of teaching like learning by doing and learning by living. Therefore, what is to be learnt in the project method is learnt by doing that in a very practical way. In a project method, the problems concerning actual life activities are undertaken. Therefore, it provides sufficient training to the students to use their learning and in their practical way. Fifth one, dignity of learner. Project method emphasizes dignity of the labor. Students, irrespective of their caste, creed and social status, join their hands in doing mental and manual labor in execution of the project. Demerits of the project method. Difficulty on the part of the teacher. The project method may provide many challenges to the teachers in charge right from the selection of the project till its execution. Every teacher is not equipped with such enthusiasm, abilities and leadership essential for working with such a method. Second one, uneconomic method. Project method is uneconomical method in the sense of that the time, labor and amount spent in this method is quite larger than the return received. Third, not suitable for teaching. No organized and systematic teaching is possible in the project method. Fourth, difficulty in covering syllabus. Project method put obstacles in terms of coverage, lengthy school syllabus. Through no projects, hardly a part of the syllabus can be covered and therefore it doesn't suit the present day teaching. Fifth one, not suitable for present day condition. In India, our schools are can be neither afford sufficient money nor provide appropriate personnel for teaching with a project method. For using this method, suitable textbooks are also not available. So schools are overcrowded and the educational structure is examination oriented. Conclusion of the project method. The project method is a teacher facilitated collaborative approach in which students acquire and apply the knowledge and skills to define and solve the realistic problems using a process of extended inquiry. So that's all for today. Thank you.